We are going to find some plays. What book do people want to start on? Looks like there's a lot of value on PrizePicks. Again, all the live stream plays, you'll see them tracked in the sheet in the description on YouTube. But where do we want to start? Anyone have a preference? What's up, guys? Happy Friday. And we are live. Are we live? Yeah, we're good to go. Some people saying Fliff. Yeah, we could start out on Fliff. Let's see if Fliff. PrizePicks, FanDuel, PrizePicks, or Dabble. So maybe let's start out on PrizePicks. Let's build a slip quick. And let's see what's out there. And there's some value on Dabble. There's some value on Fliff. We got some good plays. So how do people feel about fading Donovan Mitchell? Let's take a look. Let's see what we got. So Donovan Mitchell under 10.5 RAs. So you take a look here. Donovan Mitchell, obviously he's gone over the past 2 games. Every game's different. Kind of like my betting strategy is I always want to make sure every pick I give out has value. I mean, you can see there's so many games today. There's so much different stuff that we can bet on. But this play seems solid. I mean, again, the way that PrizePicks works, for anyone new, is you take a player to go over or under. You always get the same payout. So what you want to do is compare the lines on PrizePicks to the market. Sports books and Caesars, all these books have Donovan Mitchell kind of looking around the market as a big favorite to go under. So that's the play we want to be on. Devin Booker RAs. Should we fade Devin Booker? Devin Booker hasn't been doing shit, I feel like. So we got Devin Booker RAs. Yeah, he's gone under 4 out of the past 5 games. And again, sometimes these more niche markets, everyone loves betting on points, rebounds, assists. Sometimes the more niche markets have better value. How do people feel about Booker? Jalen Suggs, 11.5. Obi Toppin, 8.5 more. Devin Booker points. Anyways, this is what we'll start out with. Or we could take Donovan Mitchell assists. I mean, it's slightly lower value. What do people think? Donovan Mitchell assists or rebound plus assists? So let's take a look at Mitchell assists. 5.5. I mean, both of these plays have solid value, which isn't surprising. A lot of times if PrizePicks is messing up his RA line, they're also offering value on his assist line. And again, so we have Medu under 8.5 rebounds in the Pistons game. We got Bam over 10.5 rebounds. Anyways, let's just zone in on PrizePicks. Remember, if you haven't already used it, they have their Flex Friday promo. Basically, your first flex play of the day is going to be risk-free. Up to $5. I think some people get $20. I mean, they kind of lowered their amounts for a lot of people. It's fucking annoying, but nothing really I can do about that. But anyways, how do people feel about Medu under 8.5 rebounds? Let's take a look at this play. So we have under 8.5 rebounds. He's also gone under 4 out of the past 5 games. They're playing the Mavs. Game's probably going to be a blowout. What are the Mavs on the money line? I mean, the Mavs are minus 800 fucking favorites. Obviously, the game means nothing for the Pistons. But you can see it checks out from a value perspective. We have all these different books. They all have them as a big favorite to go under. We got Bam rebounds, Brunson rebounds. I'm already on Bam rebounds. I gave that play out on Twitter. Bam over 4. Well, I gave out his RA line, which I think they ended up bumping. Did they bump his RA line? And no, they just completely got rid of it, which is super annoying. But honestly, maybe we take Bam rebounds. I do like this. He hasn't done much the past 2 games, but Bam rebounds. And what other plays have value? Kelly Olynyk under 11.5 RAs. I mean, another option is Trey Jones RAs. So if we take a look here, I feel like, you look here, it's again, every play I bet, I want to be able to point to it and be like, yeah, this play has value. You look at PrizePicks, they have him at 11. Underdog, all these other DFS sites have his line at 10.5. All the books have his line at 10.5. And most of these books actually have Trey Jones favored to go under, right? You can see most of these books have his line at 10.5, and they have the under favored. So being able to get this on PrizePicks seems pretty solid. So maybe we take Trey Jones under 11 RAs. I mean, how do people feel about this for the first slip? Any plays you don't like that we should replace? We got Brunson Brunson rebounds. I mean, that checks out. We got Bam rebounds. How do we feel about it? But anyways, maybe we just lock it in. And again, like PrizePicks, I have shit-ass betting limits. So we'll move on to Underdog after, but there's a ton of value on PrizePicks right now, so we might as well get in a slip. On, baby. Got anything for the $20 protected play on CS? I didn't get a $20. I mean, I don't think I got a 20. I don't know how to check what my promo funds are. I see that I have 182 bucks in promo funds, but I have no idea how to use it. But anyways, let me put this link in the chat real quickly for whoever wants to tail. Here's the play, and then let me put it in the Twitch chat. And what we can do, did one of these already get bumped? No way, man. Oh my God, one of these already got bumped. One of them already got bumped, but what you can do is just replace it with Brunson. Or, yeah, I mean, Brunson over 3.5 rebounds is a good replacement play. It looks like also Jalen Green over 3.5 assists. I do like Jalen Green assists, so maybe we can build another slip. Again, like some of these lines get bumped, so try to build it alongside me. You know, if you want to tail it. Obviously, Jalen Green literally did nothing. He did nothing last night. I mean, we were on his over 2.5 made threes, or I gave out that pick. And I mean, he didn't score. I think he was like 1 for 7 from the field. I mean, he got the shots off. He just didn't fucking make them. But you can see here for today, like Jalen Green assists. The entire market as is over heavily favored. So this play checks out from a value perspective. Metu on Underdog. Anyways. How do we do this, bro? What book do you guys want to look at? Anyways, Jalen was removed as well. Anyways, I'm not trying to not share the link quickly. I'm just trying to do a decent job reading the chat. But anyways, let's move on to Underdog. And we can do an Underdog play quickly, and then we can take a look back at PrizePicks. People fine with Underdog? Underdog, Jalen removed LMFAO. Well, I guess they removed that. But anyways, let's do an Underdog play. So this play I'm already on PrizePicks. They ended up bumping Wiggins. So you can see here, and again, like Underdog, they bump things quickly. So if you want to be on it, just try to build it. Alongside me. So we got Wiggins under 15.5 points, right? And again, like PrizePicks, other books have the line lower. You can also get this on better at 15.5, but you can see, you know, all of the books have his under heavily favored. So this play checks out from a value perspective. This play is available on PrizePicks as well. We got JP under 17.5 outs, and then we need one final pick that we can go with. So let's see what we have here. Let's see what we got. So we got Donovan Mitchell RAs. That play was available on PrizePicks as well, so maybe we try to pick something new. Devin Booker RAs. We got Luka under 4.5 made threes. Devin Booker RAs. What play do we want to go with? Honestly, maybe I'll take the Mitchell play again. Why not? And on Underdog, they give you pretty good payouts for these 3-pick entries, right? They give you a 6x payout on 3-pick entries. So PrizePicks, again, they only give you a 5x payout. So if you want to lock this in on Underdog, hit that shit. Again, they're going to, you know, they bump things pretty quickly, but this will be the 3-pick that I try to lock in. So if you want to get it in, and is it fucking gone? No, it's still available. People get it in. FanDuel action, Dabble. Were people able to get this in? Anyways, I'm going to hit it. You've had plenty of time to tail if you wanted to be able to tail. So we got a 3-pick entry on Underdog. And again, every live stream play that we've done is tracked in the sheet in the description on YouTube. Up 10.6K so far, and hopefully we have a good day today. So we got a 3-pick on Underdog to kind of start out the stream. And then we got a play on PrizePicks, which a lot of people were able to tail. If you weren't building it, I think they bumped Metu already. So sorry about that, but I don't control when these books fucking bump things, bro. So we got a PrizePicks play. We got an Underdog play. And, you know, again, like ideally you use all of them because sometimes there's more value. I mean, FanDuel has a fuck ton of value always. Like, look at this shit. I mean, Jeremy Pena to get a hit, like, minus 175 on FanDuel. Every other book has it, like, minus 250. So, I mean, you know, I feel like people don't like FanDuel as much on these streams, but there is a ton of fucking value on FanDuel. But anyways, let's try to do Fliff, maybe another PrizePicks play. How do people feel about Karis LeVert under 4.5 rebounds? Let's take a look here. Karis LeVert under 4.5 rebounds. We also have Strus under 4.5 rebounds. So you can see all the other books have ripped LeVert to being a much bigger favorite to go under. Fliff's the only book they have is over favored. So maybe we get in this quickly, and then we can move on to Dabble, or we can do another PrizePicks slip. But we got Karis LeVert under 4.5 boards. So let's go here. We got the NBA. And again, like a lot of people will say, this is just purely value, right? A lot of people will say things like, oh, why don't you check what Karis LeVert did last game? It's like, because it doesn't fucking matter. It's already priced into the market. And all of these other books, these are the best sources of information. Other books and where they're pricing their lines, that's the best source of information on what things should be priced at. Anyone who says, hey, I have a better model than FanDuel, it's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. This is a $10 billion company, and most importantly, they have hundreds of millions of dollars bet on FanDuel every day, so they have access to flow. You know, if sharp customers, their profitable customers, are betting Karis LeVert's under, they'll move lines towards the under, because that's how markets work. And that's why, like, whenever people are like, oh, well, this, you know, he did this last game, it's like, it doesn't fucking matter, bro. It doesn't matter at all. It's already priced into the lines, any public info. So anyways, we got in LeVert. And what we can do next is a Dabble slip. And then we can go to either Underdog or PrizePicks, whatever people prefer. So let's see what we got on Dabble. And we have LeVert under 4.5 rebounds, and this is a Fliff play. In Fliff, you know, they got a max bet size of $250, so that's just what I hit it for. So let's see what else we have. And let's do Dabble. How do people feel about MPJ, Michael Porter, over 6.5 rebounds? And again, like, you know, why don't we bet this on PrizePicks? Because a lot of people say, oh, I only use PrizePicks. Well, they have the line at 7, right? So there's obviously a big difference between betting something at 6.5 and 7. It makes a huge difference long term. So let's see what we got here. So let's go to Dabble. Let's take a look at Michael Porter. People like Michael Porter over 6.5 rebounds. Let's see what we got, bro. When is the Nuggets game today? There's so much NBA today. So we got the Nuggets game up, and we want to take Michael Porter over 6.5 boards. And what we can do is let's just do a Dabble slip quick. I'm trying to move quick. You know, I don't know how many bets you guys expect on these live streams, but like, chill the fuck out. Some of you guys, oh my God. Dabble has been having some solid value lately. Yeah, they really have. So next play we have is Cam Thomas under 6.5 first quarter points. People like fading Cam Thomas under 6.5 first quarter points, because what we could do is we could build a 5 pick. So Dabble has very similar payouts to Underdog. They give you a 20x payout on 3 pick entries. So what we can do is let's go over to when's the Nets game tonight. So we got the Nets game. We got Cam Thomas under 6.5 first quarter points, right? And again, like, I say this, and I know a lot of people know it, but I just think it's important, is even if you don't use FanDuel, like, this is the first thing you want to be looking at. You want to make sure, like, if they had his line at 7.5, you obviously wouldn't want to bet his under 6.5. But you want to look at every other book possible, even if you don't have access to it, as a source of information. So where does PrizePicks have Cam Thomas's line up? So where are their NBA first quarter lines? I don't even know if PrizePicks has them up yet. I see NBA first half. I don't see NBA first quarter yet. But anyway, so I guess they don't even have it posted yet on PrizePicks. But we got Cam Thomas under 6.5 first quarter points. Michael Porter over 6.5 rebounds. How do people feel about Garland's under? I mean, Garland's a big favorite. Mitchell's playing tonight to go under 10.5 RAs. We're obviously already on Mitchell's RA line. But hey, if there's value on both players, we can lock it in. So what we have is Garland. You can see they've already bumped Mitchell lower to 10. Then we got AD. We also have Claxton under 6.5 points. So that doesn't really make sense to pair because we're already taking Cam Thomas under 6.5 first quarter points. So it doesn't make sense to take his teammate under 10.5 points. So maybe we just run this as a 3-pick entry. And if you don't like the Cam Thomas play or the Garland play, you know, Anthony Davis over 38.5 PRA seems to be a pretty good replacement. Actually, I lied. Maybe we do make a 5-pick entry. I mean, you can play it as a 3-pick entry if you want, but if you take a look at this, Kelly Olynyk, right? Like, you don't have to be perfect in sports betting. You just need all your plays to have an edge to win long term. So you look at Dabble, they have Olynyk's rebound line at 7, right? We got hundreds of other books taking bets, moving lines. They're betting markets, right? They're taking bets, moving lines. All the other fantasy sites, everyone has his line at 6.5. Most of the books have his under 7 favored, or his under. Like, you look at FanDuel, not only do they have his line lower, but they have the under favored. So maybe we lock in Olynyk under 7, and then we actually take AD over 38.5 PRAs, and then we could run this as a straight up 5-pick entry. So you can see it right here. Again, I'm gonna have to disconnect my phone. I'm not sure why some of these books are so janky with, like, you know, with streaming software, but anyways, we can lock this in. So let's go ahead and we can hit that shit. So here we go. We have a 5-pick entry on Dabble, which hopefully you guys were able to tail. And you could run it as a 3-pick too. Also, if anything gets bumped, like some of you guys, I feel like you think I try to get shit bumped. It's like good lines get bumped. If you are tailing somebody who is giving out shit that's not getting bumped, they're not making money. Like, these books remove good lines, profitable lines. So what we can do is we can go back here and we can do another underdog slip, or we could do another PrizePicks slip. So what do we already have? So we're already on Mitchell RAs. We can see here now. So we got a 5-pick on Dabble. We got in a Fliff play. And is there anything else on Underdog that is calling our name? Or should we just do another PrizePicks slip? There's some okay stuff, but it seems like most of the value, honestly, right now is on PrizePicks. What do we think about Curry? Curry PRs, right? So let's take a look here. Why isn't this fucking loading, bro? So let's take a look at Curry. 31.5 PRs, and you can see they already bumped it down to 30.5, so that's already gone. So what we can do is let's just get rid of Esports for a second. I mean, it's great and all, but we got 12 NBA games tonight, so I'd prefer to play some NBA plays. What about Brunson? People like fading Brunson after his huge game yesterday. So we got Jalen Brunson under 36.5 PRs. I mean, he's gone over 5 out of the past 5 games. But let's see. Let's see. Maybe we can find some other stuff. So let's go back here to PrizePicks. One thing, too, is like, you know, it doesn't always work out. But if we could, so like if we take, you know, JP under 17.5 outs, where is this line? Like, it would be nice if we could find like Corey Seager, you know, a Rangers player, like a batting prop to go over. Those plays would pair nicely together. Granted, you know, you'll notice that PrizePicks adds in payout shifts. Not always, but sometimes they do. So you can see here, they start to add in payout shifts. If, you know, for the MLB, if you kind of try to correlate a bit too much, like for this entry, they'd only give you a 9x payout for a 4-pick, whereas they usually give you a 5, or they usually give you a 10x payout. I apologize. So they bump it down because of the correlation. But what we can do is we can try to find some things to pair with JP. So let's look at our good old JP, and let's find some plays to pair. Jaden McDaniels over 11.5 PAs. So this play I like. So let's take a look here. We got JP over 11.5 PAs. Jaden McDaniels. We got JP under. Did they already bump it? No, it's still available. Okay. Kelly Olynyk under 11.5 RAs. Boy. So we're already fading Olynyk on Dabble, but, I mean, we could take his under in RAs also on, also on PrizePicks. So we have Kelly Olynyk under 11.5 RAs. You can see it checks out from a value perspective. All the books got his under heavily favored. FanDuel actually has his line at 10.5. So, okay, like we have 3 picks all with an edge, but let's keep building because we need a couple other plays to go with. And what did we include in the previous one? We already went with Booker RAs. So if you really like the pick, you can include it again. We already went with Mitchell RAs. So what we can do is we can just take Mitchell assists. Hopefully, Karis LeVert is getting the assist tonight or something like that. Mitchell's gone over 5 out of the past 5 games. But again, like checks out from a value perspective. We have Clay under 3.5 rebounds. Yeah, I mean, I like it. These 3.5 rebound lines are like, they're obviously scary. It's a really low line for a rebound prop. But, again, like I follow a very data-driven approach. I don't get emotional about my bets. 99% of people, they just bet with their gut. Shit doesn't work. So let me put this link in the chat for people who want to tail so you guys stop, so people don't gripe too quick. Here's the link. Link. Free $20 CS2 play. Yo, free $20 CS2 play on PrizePicks. How do you get the free $20 CS2 play? Also, when does it expire? Also, why isn't mine free? Anyways, I don't have a free CS2 play on PrizePicks. If you got it, we can try to find some CS2 plays, although usually they don't release CS2 lines for the upcoming day this early. I mean, do they even have any CS2 on PrizePicks? Anything halfway decent? I mean, there's some like early line discrepancies, like player headshots, but you don't have a ton of books posting lines yet. I mean, it seems like the best play available would be right here. So we got, what do we have, man? So like over 8 for, you look at ZQKS, like if you want a CS2 pick, PrizePicks has his line at 8, Underdog 9. Hot Streak, you want to consider the juice too for the books that have variable pricing. Not only do they have his line higher at 8.5, but they have his over as a -181 favorite. So the over is the heavily favored outcome as well. But again, like I don't even know what this promo is. You get it by losing the most money. Wrong link. Bro, are you fucking kidding me? It didn't copy the correct link. I apologize. Anyways, my bad on the link. Go to the promos, Alex. Yo, so I don't see the promo available. I don't see a free CS2 play. What do you have to do for it? Any value in the 3.5x promo tab? Oh, someone saying this. More than 2 takedowns. So 3.5x. So what we can do, well, let's take a look at this one. So this is boosted to 3.5x. Is this any good? What we can do is let's take a look. I mean, we can look at UFC lines and see if it's decent. So 10.5 minutes. Right? That's a little over 2 rounds. So what we can do is we can take a look. I honestly don't think this has any value. I mean, they have it at 2. Most of these books have the line at 2.5. So I don't think getting over 2 is, yeah. I mean, long story short, I don't think this looks particularly good. This promo, a 3x payout may seem solid, but like if you think about it, if you're just betting random stuff, like if you just randomly are picking over-unders, you're going to win these 25% of the time, 2 pick entries. So the fair payout would be 4x, right? If you're just like randomly picking things. So 3.5x, sure, it's better than 3x, but it's not like, particularly amazing. You can see here all the books have Sterling's takedown line at 2. I mean, maybe if you know UFC, obviously 3 to 3.5, but there's not a bunch of points of comparison for takedown lines because most books, they don't post takedowns. Like if you look at, a lot of sports books, it's basically just these DFS sites that post takedown lines. I don't think there's a ton of other books. Like, most of the sports books just have rounds, stuff like that. So I don't see takedown lines that we can kind of compare to. So long story short, I don't think there's particularly good value on either of these, but I could be wrong. I just don't have points of comparison. But what can we do? So is there anything new on PrizePicks? Josh Hart, that's a crazy RA line. 17.5 rebounds plus assists. Obviously, he went off. Obviously, Josh Hart had a great fucking game last game. I don't know how many rebounds. He had 16. It checks out from a value perspective. Market has him heavily favored to go over, but that is a high line. But anyways, let's see if there's anything on Underdog or Dabble. So hopefully the PrizePicks play didn't get bumped before people were able to tail it. Value on better right now. Sleeper promos. Nelk Boy serving up cake. Chalkboard free square. Entry will not qualify if members add, remove squares, or changes any more or less or vice versa. So Sleeper has a promo today. They have a discount on RJ Barrett. I already gave out a play. Here's what I went with, but just if you were curious. They're discounting RJ Barrett's line to 15.5 points. But, yeah. Better has a lot of value right now, someone said. Damn, so Better does have a lot of value. So, this is the Wiggins play we locked in. Again, Underdog and PrizePicks have already moved him down to 15. So, if you look at Wiggins, they've already bumped him down to 15. Benefit of using multiple... Wow, there's a shit ton of value on Better right now. So, what I can do is let's just log in. Please, I hope you have me logged in. So, they do. And they also have some discounts on NBA and MLB picks. So let's see what we got here. Where's the discounts? So they got a 16% discount on Durant, 18% on Fox. And this is probably the best one. So they're discounting Yamamoto. They're discounting his strikeout line to 3.5, which seems like the best play we can go with. And then, oh my God. So here's the Jalen Green play that popped up on PrizePicks for a quick second before they ended up bumping it. But anyways, I'm going to fly through this. So if there's no sharing links available on Dabble, so if you want to tail, the best type of slip you can go with are 5-pick entries. But just try to move quickly. Look at this play. He's a huge fucking favorite to go over 3.5 assists. Minus 164, and we can get this on Better. So we can include this Wiggins play again. So we are all over Wiggins. We are riding that motherfucker hard in the Golden State game. So hopefully, I don't know, Curry goes off or Clay or something. So let's go here and we can take Wiggins under 15.5 points, which honestly, maybe then we do want to pair. So let's just go here. Maybe instead of taking the MLB discount, because there's value on Wiggins, that play pairs nicely with Curry over 22.5 points, the discount they have. Right? Obviously, if Curry's scoring points, Wiggins is more likely to go under. Those plays are correlated. And then we can go to Devin Booker. RAs, we have Bryce Miller earned runs. So we're already fading Booker. So maybe, even though it's a little bit lower EV, then the Booker play, maybe we go to Bryce Miller under 2.5 earned runs. And again, you don't have to start from scratch. There's all these books, setting lines, taking bets that have invested millions of dollars into their ability to price lines. You have a starting point for finding these plays that have an edge on Better. The entire market has him heavily favored to go under, so that's the play we want to be on. And then what's the final play we want to go with? Maybe we take Luka threes. We're already fading Mitchell. So what we can do is we can go back to the NBA. Let's go to the Mavs game. And let's take Luka under 4.5 3-pointers made. Obviously, always scary to fade Luka, but that's fucking gambling. Like, a lot of people saying, like, oh, it's, the last days of the NBA season. You shouldn't. Oh, max bet size of $20 for the promo. So what we'll do is I'll hit this for $20 before anything moves. Lock it in quick because, again, I don't want to hear. There's no sharing link, so if you want to build it, build it. And what we can do is we can lock it in. And then, even though they only have the Curry play for $20, that's the max you can bet for the discount. But what I sometimes do is if I want to get down more action, what we can do, oh, fuck. Look at this play on Bridges, dude. All of the value, this is crazy. All of the value right now is on better. So what we can do is we can go here. And again, they only have a max bet size of $100. So I'm going to fire off a lot of slips. So we can reuse, again, like this play on Bridges and this play on Miller are insane. Right? So, hopefully you guys are able to get it in. Let me lick your toes, Alex. That's weird, bro. So again, like, I know it's not as popular, as sexy of a book as PrizePicks, but this is fucking crazy. So what we can do is let's get rid of the Luka play. And I know I'm shitty, but this is typically what I do. If I'm just being completely honest here, is you can basically they give you a $100 max bet size, as you can see in the top there, is typically what I do is like to get down more volume. These plays, like this play on Jalen Green, like I'm shocked it's still available. But what you can do, or what I do, you can do whatever you want. In these streams, I'm just showing you shit I'm betting on, is you can just like, to get around the betting limits, is just replace one of the picks. And, we'll kind of live and die by a ton of them. So we got Booker, Curry, RAs, Booker, RAs. I'm trying to think. So what we can do is if we go to the Warriors game, or what do we want to fade? Sometimes I try to think of like, okay, are any of these plays correlated or pair well together? But what we can do is we can just take Booker, RAs. And it seems crazy, I'm aware, to just like, run the same pick in a bunch of different slips. But like once you understand the math behind better, like on better, you have to win like 54% of your over-unders to be profitable. So your individual picks, right? Like Jalen Green over under 3.5 assists, which isn't available on PrizePicks. I don't know if PrizePicks bumped him to 4 or if they just removed him. So it looks like they just completely removed Jalen Green assists. But like on PrizePicks, to be profitable, all you have to do is be able to win these more or less in a 5-pick entry, any 5-pick you make, right? Not including demons, just regular squares. You got to be able to win these over-unders 54.2% of the time to be profitable. And it's roughly the same for better. That's how these fixed payout sites work. They know most people are going to win their picks, their over-unders 50% of the time, so they'll lose money long term. You need a real edge. You got to win 56% of your picks, only losing 44%, 56% of your picks. So like for Jalen Green, this play is clearly going to win over 60% of the time, right? Because you just look at the odds, right? This sportsbook almost has him minus 200, 2-1 betting favorite, 2/3 to win. The edge on it is just crazy. And what's even crazier is they're not fucking bumping it, dude. So we can get rid of, it's crazy. They're just not bumping any of this stuff. So again, sure, whatever, this book's not as popular as PrizePicks, but the value on this book, if there's more profitable bets on this book, obviously I want to, place more bets on this book. So we can go here. And anyways, I'm probably not going to stream after this stream today. So what you'll notice about better is they only give you, and I'm still shocked that this is still available. But I think they only give you a a certain amount of slips that you can lock in per day. So typically what I do, no, it looks like they just keep letting you bet. But, I mean, as much action as you want to get down, like this Jalen Green play, you should probably try to get down. There's a fuck ton of value on Better right now. But anyways, let's check out FanDuel and Fliff. I know not everyone can use Better, so even though it seems like that's the book with all the value right now. So how many slips did I lock in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So most of these slips are the same, so it's basically just like, you know, I essentially have a $500 entry on the top plays, and then a little bit of a variation. So on, you know, FanDuel, Fliff, I mean, FanDuel always has so much value. Like this Pena play looks incredible if you want to lock it in on FanDuel. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of line discrepancies on FanDuel. And I've said this before, but what's nice about FanDuel and what makes it such a good book, if you're only going to use one sports book, like why is FanDuel good, is they just don't have a lot of juice in their market, right? Like, you look at Fliff, they have 50 cents of juice on Jalen Green's RA line. FanDuel's only 26. They charge like half as much juice, half as much of a spread as most other books. So, you know, you can usually find some pretty good value on them on FanDuel. But anyways, I'm going to call this live stream a day for now. A ton of Better slips, a couple PrizePicks slips. So hopefully you were able to tail some of them. And yeah, thanks so much for your time.